As we welcome you inside the RW Beggs Senior Gymnasium on the campus of Viterbo in beautiful La Crosse, Wisconsin for the CCAC men's basketball contest between the 5-3 Governor State Jaguars and the 2-6 Viterbo V-Hawks. Hello again, everybody. I'm Cooper Lipsky. The women's team of the Viterbo side getting a victory over the Governor State women's side. So now the men's look to double up on this weekend affair. Jumping right into it, taking a look at the starting five for both sides. Starting with the away side, the Jaguars will line up as such with the 6'1 senior from Chicago, Illinois, and Isaiah Tolbert. Then the 6'2 senior from Chicago, Illinois, Javon Johnson. Then the 6'6 junior from Oak Lawn, Illinois, and Devin Giles. Then the 6'2 senior from Royal Palm Beach, Florida, and the 6'7 senior from Chicago, Illinois, Vincent Mays. They're coached by Tony Bates in his 11th season at Governor State, assisted by Brandon Moore, Deval Richardson, Aubrey Volius, and Adam Taylor. As for the V-Hawks, they'll line up as such here this afternoon, a little bit different with the injured Carson Kepnick going to be sidelined for the foreseeable future. The 6'1 junior from Bloomington, Wisconsin, and Braden Krubel. Then the 6'2 sophomore from Mineral Point, Wisconsin, Landon Thousand. The 6'3 freshman from South Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Jack Hennessy, making his first collegiate start here this afternoon. Behind him, the 6'5 senior from La Crosse, Wisconsin, right here is Colin Adams, and rounding it out, the 6'6 sophomore from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, that's Trayton Fletcher. In his 27th season, the V-Hawks, coached by Wayne Wagner, assisted by Robert Kunitz, Scott Kepnick, Andrew Lockington, Taylor Hansen, Jackson Shaw, and Alex Burns here this afternoon, should say. Already a couple games going on in the CCAC as they announce the starting five here from the Beggs Senior Gymnasium. Trinity Christian going to double overtime right now against the Judson Eagles. Last score update, 79-77 there from Elgin, Illinois. Calumet taking on the Valparaiso University at 2 o'clock, just underway about an hour ago. St. Francis and Holy Cross underway. St. Xavier and Olivet Nazarene, and Indiana South Bend and St. Ambrose tonight. As for taking a look at the CCAC standings, Governor State right now in third place. They're 2-1 in conference play. Viterbo off to a rough start. They're winless so far, 0-3 with losses to Indiana Northwest, Olivet Nazarene, and St. Francis. As for Governor State, they have picked up victories over Holy Cross and Indiana South Bend. They opened the conference schedule with a 2-overtime thriller, but a loss at the hands of the Fighting Bees of St. Ambrose at St. Ambrose. Only one home conference bout for Governor State so far this season. They are 1-2 on the road entering this afternoon. As for Viterbo, they are 1-1. Their lone win here at home coming against Edgewood College. They got handed that loss here at home against Olivet Nazarene. Couple more matchups for both sides before heading into the new year. As Governor State will be donning the all-orange kits. They'll be moving from right to left on your screen. Viterbo in that silver home color. They'll be moving from left to right here this afternoon. 20 minutes on the clock here in the first half. Colin Adams set to do the jump against Vincent Mays, and Mays gets up to win it. Off and running here from the Beggs Senior Gymnasium. He's holding on to it. Tolbert slings it to the near side, a trip, and the ball thrown out of bounds as Hennessy got his feet tangled up with Javon Johnson. Johnson wanted a foul. It falls on deaf ears. So, waste of a first possession on a little bit of an unorthodox manner. Colin Adams holds it on the wing here. With the left hand, slings it on top to Thousand. Thousand drives in, bounce passes down low to Fletcher. He's going to power his way up, and Viterbo out to a 2-0 lead to begin this one. Less than 30 seconds into the contest, Viterbo with their first lead of the afternoon. As here down low, having it stripped is Giles, able to get it back. 3 ball on the way by Tolbert. looked a little bit iffy out of his hand and looked like he wanted to shoot. Just kind of went up and then was forced to shoot. Comes well short and an air ball. Landon Thousand runs a point, slings it to Hennessy, pump fakes. Gonna dribble around the perimeter, giving it back up top to Thousand. Looks to the wing, now down low. Fletcher rips through, working against Vincent Mays underneath the hoop, clanging, banging, throws him down and gets the 2 points. Trade Fletcher, the big man out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, the Centennial State man. Making stuff happen here early, up to 4 points. As holding it now is Marius. Works off of a screen on top, slings it back, near wing. Johnson, 3-ball on the way. Not going to get it to fall. Big collision in the air. Down goes Tolbert. As now Thousand up the floor. Skips it far wing. 3-ball. Hennessy. Give me a shot, big fella. 7-0. All Viterbo to start this one. 18 minutes, 18 seconds. Appears to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. But my goodness, a big start. And how about that for Jack Hennessy, a freshman out of South Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's appeared in 8 games this season, all 8 this year, off the bench, getting his first start. His last game against Indiana Northwest had him. He went 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, got a total of 5 points. Gets his first start here this afternoon, and so far has not wasted the opportunity to impress Wayne Wagner. Same with Braden Krubel, making his first start of the season. 8 games so far this year, averaging 8 points a game. Does average 41% field goal percentage, a 35% percentage from beyond the arc. Last game against Indiana Northwest had 7 points in that loss. Viterbo on a bit of a skid right now. They've lost their last 5. They start out hot here against a Governor State side that is known to put up points. Ranked second in the conference, scoring 90 points per game. That's on average. But they also give up the most amount of points at 88, which is the worst in the conference. As backing down his man here, Vincent Mays able to work past Fletcher and get rewarded with 2 points. Governor State on the board for the first time here tonight. Colin Adams walks it up the floor, almost lost a handle on it, slings it off to Thousand. Tries to get it to Krubel, and they're going to say he walked with it. I think that back foot skid a little bit, and that's what the official called. 17 minutes, 40 seconds left to play here in the first half. The women's side for Viterbo getting a victory over the Governor State women's side earlier this afternoon, about 30 minutes ago, in fact. As ball flipped back out, Tolbert, 3-ball, got it. Or my apologies, that's Javon Johnson. Credit where credit's due. Johnson previously played at UW Parkside in Kenosha. Averaging about 15 points per game so far this season. That's tied for second best on the team. 3-ball goes up, 3-ball comes down, no good. Rebound by Tolbert. He'll take it coast to coast, dishes it off at the last moment, finding Mays, and an easy 2-point bucket for him. Just like that, in a blink of an eye, we're tied even, 7-7. Now here's Hennessy. Inside, trying to get it to Fletcher, and they're going to call Mays. Get a bit too much defensively, trying to work around the big Coloradoan. Mountain of a man. Rocky Mountain High, right? If we can find some sort of nickname, we'll use it. Ball inbounded to Krubel in the corner. Going to try to get some space here against Johnson. Kicks it on top. Hennessy looks far wing. Colin Adams drives in, back out. Hennessy, another 3-ball. This one clangs off front iron. Reaching up is Devin Giles, the Oaklawn, Illinois junior. Dishes it out to Tolbert. Drives in. And just like that, quickly, Governor State put themselves in front, 9-7. Just needed to put themselves down by a touchdown. And now they find themselves back square. Trying to find Fletcher, has it stolen away by Johnson. He kicks it forward here to Marius. Marius going coast to coast, gets the favorable roll. An 11-0 run here in the last 3 minutes. And the Jaguars imposing their authority. Hennessy on top, slings it to Thousand. Now looks to the near wing. Now back on top to Thousand. Shot clock down to 9, down to 7 now. Driving in, rising up, and getting the and one opportunity is Colin Adams. Foul called against Vincent Mays. Picks up his second of the afternoon. He'll have to retreat to the bench here. Mays averaging 10 points per game. He also has 17 blocks this season. He has started in all 9 now for Governor State. Can't have him getting into foul trouble here in the first 4 minutes of the contest. Adams trying to convert on the and one, can't quite. Marius pushes it up the floor. Viterbo scrambling back as a bounce pass goes to Anthony Sanford. Sanford underneath the hoop, kicks it near corner, it's out of bounds, and Viterbo gets possession back. Sanford, a 6'5 junior from St. Louis, Missouri, one of many Jaguars coming over from Kaskaskia College. There along with Olive Harvey, name a couple of guys from there. Trey Woolsey, as well as Idiri Mooney, just to name a few guys coming over from Olive Harvey. For Kaskaskia College, you got Tolbert, Sanford, and I thought there were more. I guess I stand corrected. Ball flipped back out here. 3 ball on the way. Doesn't get it to go on in. First shot for Ogunsanya. Jonah Ogunsanya can't get it to tumble in. Marius drives into the lane through about 4 defenders. Can't get it to go as they're going to call travel against Ogunsanya. He went up and on his way down. He tried to get rid of it before he hit the ground. Unlike college football, where you go to the ground, you want to have the ball in your control. You're in basketball, you don't want that. A couple of big games going on, right? Alabama, Georgia this afternoon. And we'll have a timeout. So we'll step away. 14 minutes, 48 seconds left here in the first half. It's 11-9, Viterbo trailing the Governor State Jaguars. You're watching CCAC men's basketball on the V-Hawk Sports Network. I float. Back here as the inbound sent to Giles. His first attempt no good. His second attempt no good. Trying to win it back. Ball tipped out of bounds. Will stay Governor State way. I look away for 1 second. Ball floated in, looked like it was tipped, able to find Sanford on the perimeter. He dishes it off to Tolbert. Tolbert gives it off to Marius. Works off of a screen on top. Tries driving in, shot clock down to 8 seconds. Holding it here, Giles drives in, back out. 3 ball on the way, Sanford off front iron. Ball falls to Ogunsanya. Ogunsanya with a player on his hip, able to dish the ball out to Thousand. Adams feeds it inside. Here's Jack Voigt. Jack Voigt holds it, trying to back down Tolbert. Feeds it underneath the hoop, stuck underneath the hoop. was Cole Johnson. There's a foul as he was stuck underneath. Great find down low, and not all for naught as Johnson will head to the line. Johnson from the line this season is 78%. He's 7 of 9 as a team. Viterbo actually shooting better than Governor State, and that's 72% as a team. That's third best in the conference. For Governor State, they rank 10th in the conference from the line. As the first one up and good, pulls it within one. A lot like the women's game to start. Close here to begin. Colin Adams subs off for the first time here in this one. There'll be Jacob Watson, the senior out of Franklin, Wisconsin, to take his place. Shot is up. Shot is good. All squared 11-11. Make a wish. As up the floor walking with it is Maxwell Marius. He'll send it down low. Here's Tolbert backing off Ogunsanya, and Ogunsanya takes the fall. I think a high elbow came up from Tolbert, and an easy foul for the official to call. Ogunsanya inbounded. Full court press on for Governor State. Gets it into Johnson. Johnson turns, fires it to Adams. He'll walk it up the floor here to the corner. Johnson trying to get it down low to Jack Voigt. Back out, and Johnson wasn't looking. Throws it out of bounds, and Governor State wins possession back. About 13 minutes and 37 seconds left to play here in the first half of this one. Feeds it down low. Tolbert able to get it to Johnson. Johnson trying to back down his man. Sends it back out inside the key, and knocking it through is Anthony Sanford. Man from the Show Me State showing us a little of what he's got. Makes it 13-11. As Voigt gets it, stuck in no man's land right now. Looking for somebody to give it off to. Gets it right back, deflected right to him. Double team, finding Johnson open. Now feeds it here down low to Watson. Watson throws it to the backcourt. It's tipped. And not quite. Just thrown all the way back. I thought it was tipped for a moment. As Governor State winning possession back. Marius talking to one of his fellow Jaguars, exclaiming what they would like to do on this next offensive possession. Isaiah Tolbert from Chicago, Illinois, set to do the honors. He'll float it back to Trey Woolsey. First time calling Woolsey's name here in this one. As here's Marius. Slings it near wing. Here's Johnson. Johnson holds. Feeds it inside on the near short corner with it is Sanford. Backs down his man, and Watson just a hair late. Almost had that one taken away. Right place to do it. (13-11), 12 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first half. Ball floated up, almost taken away, but looks like Krubel got a hand on the wrist of Trey Woolsey. He went up for it. Another inbound here by Tolbert. This one with impunity, gets it into Marius. Now sliding it over to Johnson. Johnson going to work off a screen. They switch. Fletcher, the man in defense, clangs it off the iron. Ball loose to the corner. It'll be out of bounds, and Viterbo gets possession back. Johnson holds it in the corner, gets it to Krubel, works off of a screen, dribbles the left hand, trying to back down his man, slides it to Watson, poked away all the way back to Krubel here. Gives it back to Watson. Watson with the shot clock down to 5. Krubel going to fire the long ball. Well short and out of play. Had to put up something with the shot clock expiring. It ended with 1 second as the ball tumbled out of bounds. Maybe had one more pass, but much like the women's game, Governor State very well defensively. They are quick. Seen that a couple times, almost able to get some pokes away defensively as turning and shooting is Johnson. He'll knock this one down, 15-11. Largest lead for Governor State in this one at 4 points. Went on an 11-0 run in about 2 minutes to put themselves back in front, and they have not relinquished a lead since as Krubel slapped on the wrist by Maxwell Marius. Marius restrained by Javon Johnson and tapped him on the chest after he wrapped his arms around and said, "No, I'm good, I'm good." Like watching players who show a lot of passion when they're out on the floor. It's always fun. Close-knit group of guys. A lot of these guys, juniors and seniors, traveling from various colleges. As Adams drives baseline, lost his footing. Ball finds its way back to 1,000, but he's out of bounds when he picked it up. Gotta love the tenacity from Anthony Sanford to try to win that back. As you can tell, Governor State, they're having fun out there. They're going to call upon a towel here to clean up a wet spot on the floor. Viterbo does not employ a man with a mop here, so kind of DIY it. And a perfect toss back to the bench, almost clearing that first row of the bench right there, the chairs. Now we're back to play. Enough mopping up. Maxwell Marius walks it up the floor. Asking for his screen on top from Woolsey. He'll sling it to Tolbert in the corner. Tolbert tries backing down his man. Almost taken from behind. Back out here. Marius drives in, pulls up, knocks it through. Nothing but net. He's loving it. 17-11. 10 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here in the first half. Krubel with a crossover. Gets to 1,000. 1,000 tries backing down his man. Feeds it to Krubel. Now on top, back to 1,000. Works off of a screen. Going to try drive in the lane. Back out. 3 ball on the way. Nothing but net for Braden Krubel. That was his brother last year, Cole Krubel, was cash from beyond the arc. Trying to follow in his footsteps. Being that guy for this year's team. Handing off. Marius drives in, tumbles his way back outside the perimeter, standing on the volleyball line. Shot clock down to 10. Marius kicks a corner. Tolbert, 3 ball en route and cashes in. 20-14 with 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. 1,000 runs the offense. So he gets it back. They work it to the corner to Krubel. Looks inside to Fletcher. Fletcher backing down Sanford. Caught underneath the hoop. Kicks it back out. Krubel. Another 3 ball on the way. Clangs off the base of the rim. Falls to Marius. He'll push it up the floor. Gets it back to Sanford. Sanford to Tolbert. Tolbert with options. Gives it down low to Sanford. Sanford kicks it back out. Marius, deep 3. Doesn't get it to go. Fletcher with the board, finding Krubel to push it up the floor. Kicks it inside to 1,000. Tries backing down his man. Feeds it inside the lane. Nice spin move from Colin Adams. Hailing from La Crosse, played at La Crosse Central right here in town. He's able to pick up a bucket. As here's Johnson. Getting some room against Hennessy. Tay hits the floor, and the ball does not go in. Fletcher breaking forward with it. Slings it to 1,000. 1,000 to the corner. Now looking for Adams. Tries driving in. Lost a handle on it. Will be out of bounds. And that'll send us to another timeout. Governor State with a 20-16 advantage over the Viterbo V-Hawks with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left to play here in the first half. You're watching CCAC men's basketball on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Back here from the Begg Senior Gymnasium here in La Crosse, Wisconsin, Governor State with a 2016 lead. I'm Cooper Lipsky. Glad to have you here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. As now Adiri Mooney, first time on, number 40 over there, big man. Driving in is Marius, gets his shot to roll on in. It's 22-16. V-Hawks looking for a couple of buckets. Need to go on a run here. Trailing this one by 6 points right now as Ogunsanya picks up his dribble, looking for somebody to dish it off to. Bounce passes it to Voigt. Slings it on top. Here's Johnson. Johnson with the left hand, barreling his way into the lane, and they're going to say he walked with it. Much like the travel called earlier against Krubel. Stopped and both feet separate, and one of them dragged, making it an easy call for the official. As here's Trey Warren. Previously played at St. Xavier and Olive Harvey before making his way here to Governor State. As Ricky Woods the third. Whole set of new guys. Deep three here from Mooney. Mooney, a 33% three-point shooter, did not play against Holy Cross and picks up a big basket. 25-16, other three ball on the way. Hennessy can't knock it down. Quickly in transition. Great find forward to Ricky Woods, a third, who converts. An 11-point lead for the Jaguars. Taking control of this one. Hennessy on top, works off of a screen, finding Landon Thousand. He'll chuck up the three. He'll knock it through. Back to an 8-point deficit for Viterbo. As Marius gets the feed on the free throw line, can't knock it through. Landon Thousand up the floor. Slings it. Ogunsanya, open three look. Can't get that one to go in. Trying to tip it back in is Hennessy. He can't get it to fall. Now a 2-on-1. Ricky Woods drives in. A foul call, however. Ball tossed in on the free throw line, and knocking it down there was Trey Woolsey. As here's Hennessy. 10-point lead for Governor State with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the first half. As Watson down low to Voigt on the short corner, tries ripping through, working against the big man, blocked on his way up. Adiri Mooney causing havoc out there. As now up the floor is Trey Woolsey. It's all Governor State right now. Momentum swinging their way. Ogunsanya to Watson. Near wing. Johnson to Voigt. Skips it. Ogunsanya pump fakes. Drives in. Off the glass and good. About time. He's asking himself. He's had quite a few looks. Finally able to get on the board. As here's Warren, gives it back here to Marius. Marius with the left hand, feeds it to Mooney. Mooney drives in now, up off the backboard, no good. Board collected for a moment till a foul is called. Is Watson able to corral it? As Krubel to run the point. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to play here in the first half. Johnson tries to feed it to Watson. Now looks for Adams. Adams, Harlem Globetrottering his way through the lane. Back out, three ball, clangs off front iron for Watson. It'll be tipped by Voigt, who is claiming that it was not tipped off of him. And we have a timeout. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left here in the first half. It's all Governor State right now. 31-21, 10-point lead for the Jaguars. As you're watching CCAC men's basketball on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Back here on the V-Hawk Sports Network, 31-21, Viterbo trailing the Governor State Jaguars here. Cooper Lipsky, glad you could join us here on this Saturday afternoon. We're here because you can't be, and that's all right. As Warren, faced with a little trouble with Fletcher, drives in, and a foul going to be called. This one against Fletcher, I believe, and that it will be. Ricky Woods standing in the near corner as Marius floats it to Mooney. Mooney gives it back out here to Woods. As he's going to try driving in. A whole lot of collision, and he'll get the and one. In case you forgot which Ricky Woods it is, he's got the number 3 on his back. Ricky Woods the 3rd on the board here. Picking up his 4th point of the afternoon. He's looking for his 5th. Shot is up. Shot is good. 34-21, 13-point lead for Governor State, and a steal right off the inbound. Maxwell Marius. 36-21 now. It's getting ugly. Inbound. Found to 1,000. He'll stave off a couple of Jaguars. He'll try driving in. Running into Mooney. Feeds it off to Colin Adams. Aerobatic, but can't get the finish. Up the floor come the Jags once again. Here's Warren. Loses the handle on it. Colin Adams scoops it up. 2-on-1. He'll take it coast to coast. Blocked, but a foul. It was Trey Woolsey back in defense. Reached across when the ball was down by Adams' stomach. And I think that's what made that call a little bit more obvious for the official. First one up. First one no good from Adams. Now 0 of 2 from the free throw line. A little bit uncharacteristic from Adams. Well, he does shoot 59% from the free throw line. He's one of those guys where shoots better with a hand in his face. So, for a free throw, you ask, can we put a guy in front of him? Goes 0 of 2. Because you'll see that time and time again from Colin Adams. See him drive through 4 guys to get to the hoop and able to score. But a free throw and nobody's in front of him, and he can't do it. Stolen away from Trey Woolsey. Adams is going to slam it home. An exclamation point on the transition. Make it 36-23. That's what we're talking about. As here's Woods. Woods tries working against 1,000, runs into the lane, and Adams got a hand on him. Fifth team foul for Viterbo. Viterbo offensively in the bonus. 7 fouls against Governor State as Ricky Woods unloads. He'll stand and admire his masterpiece. 39 and another steal off the inbound and an easy bucket. Maxwell Marius. Now up to 10 points in this one. 1,000. No good on his 3 ball. Pushing it up the floor is Marius. Kicks it. Woods, another 3 ball. No good. Mooney collects the board. Backs down Fletcher and a charge call. Turned one elbow a little bit more viciously than the official liked. And all Fletcher had to do was fall over. Ogunsanya back onto the floor. He'll inbound. Viterbo's had some problems here in the latter stages of this first half. Trying to get that inbound in. Ogunsanya up the floor, picks up his dribble, slides it back to 1,000. 1,000 going to drive the lane. Picks up his dribble, looking for somebody to give it off to. Ogunsanya dribbles right back where it came from, dishes it out. 1,000 with the 3 ball, no good. Board collected by Woolsey. He'll fire it forward to Warren. Warren on the wing, holding it. trying to get through, works off of a screen. Gets it to Mooney on top. Fletcher working against him. Marius pump fakes past Ogunsanya, and he won't get that one to fall, but he'll head to the line. Marius from the line this season, shooting 70%, coming off of a 24-point performance against Holy Cross. First one no good, however, as Jack Voigt subs back on here. (41-23), 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to play here in the first half. Shot is up, shot is good. 42-23. A 19-point lead for Governor State. 1,000 with room to run, dishes it off. Jack Voigt finishes. Able to break the press efficiently this time around and able to get 2 points out of it. 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Mooney dishes it inside. And a nice finish. Trey Woolsey. Sit back and admire the work that Governor State has done in this one. Ball finds its way down low to Colin Adams. Dishes it off. Voigt forces one up. He'll get fouled. He'll head to the line. Voigt from the line this season, shooting 57%. First one up and good. Voigt now up to 3 points in total here in the first half. Second one up. The second one is nothing but net. Well, it hit the rim and went in. As holding it, Woods feeds it inside. Mooney working against Voigt. Easy money for him. Another assist for Ricky Woods, a third. And it's 46-27 with 1:15 left here in the first half. Krubel thought about shooting the three, dishes it out. 1,000 drives in, hits the ground hard. He'll head to the line. Woods got under him and a massive fall to the floor. Down for the moment. Hoping everything's all right. Got up. Went with the opposite hand on the right side. 1,000 is up. Beaten up a bit. But he'll try to put a pair in. He is 78% from the line this season. First free throws of the night for him. Shot is up. Shot is good. 46-28 with 1:08 left to play here in the first half. Next one up, next one good. Perfect 2 of 2 on his visit to the charity stripe. As Jacob Watson enters back into the fray, just making sure that line at 1,000 is all right. Get him worked on, make sure he's good to go for the second half. Minute left to play. Marius walks it up the floor, bounce pass, and almost stolen away by Watson. Some Viterbo fans not liking the call. So Woods at the line here. He'll look to put one in the bonus, not a double bonus. He'll miss it. And the rebound collected by Colin Adams. Up the floor come the V-Hawks. Work it back to Adams. Adams working against Sanford. Looking for a room or a space to drive. Ogunsanya, Krubel, 3 ball, no good. Rebound collected by Ricky Woods. He'll immediately take it up the floor. 35 seconds left to play here in the first half. Step back, cross, beautiful move. The finish, not as spectacular as the ball tumbles out of bounds. Viterbo wins possession back with 25 seconds left. Got a timeout on the floor. It'll be a 30-second. So we'll keep it here. Take a look at some numbers right now. Viterbo shooting 37% from the field, while Governor State an impressive 59% from beyond the arc. It's also Governor State 40%, with Viterbo at 21%, 3 of 14 right now. Governor State 4 of 10. A lot of those made baskets in the paint right now for Governor State. Leading scorer for them, Maxwell Marius, coming off of his 24-point performance. Not his best. He had a 28 performance against St. Ambrose back on November 19th. Showing his stuff here early on in this one as Idiri Mooney with the leading rebound total with 4. Shot clock turned off for the final 20 seconds of the first half. Krubel gets it on top to Watson. Watson holds it. Waiting down for the final 10 seconds to begin to run some offense. Here it is. Watson feeds it inside. Great find to Colin Adams. 5 seconds left. Mooney gets it into Marius. Marius pushes it forward. No seconds left on the clock, and the shot goes up. It's no good, and that'll send us to the halftime break. It's all Jaguars right now. They trailed at one point 7-0, and then they fired back and have put themselves in pole position, a 15-point lead, as it is 46-31 over the V-Hawks. We'll step away for halftime, but before that, take a look at some of the leaders right now. Maxwell Marius, 11 points in this one. He leads the way scoring-wise for Governor State. Idiri Mooney with 4 boards in this one, and Trey Warren with 2 assists alongside Ricky Woods, the third right now. For Viterbo, it's Colin Adams. He's got 8 points so far in this one. A trio of V-Hawks with 3 rebounds, and Landon Thousand doing what he does best, dishing out some help. He's got 3 assists leading the way for Viterbo. But as we mentioned, Viterbo, 39% from the field, 21% from beyond the arc, at 67% shooting from the free throw line, while Governor State, 57% from the field. Very good performance in the first half. 36% from beyond the arc and 50% from the free throw line. So we'll step away, and when we come back, it'll be time for the second half here from the R.W. Beggs Senior Gymnasium. We'll have some scores from around the CCAC. So until then, take it easy, right? It's a halftime break. Go get some food, chill out. Got a second half of basketball coming up. 46-31, Governor State in pole position here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Back here from the Begg Senior Gymnasium in beautiful La Crosse, Wisconsin for this CCAC men's conference bout. The Jaguars from Governor State holding on to a 46-31 victory at the break. I'm Cooper Lipsky. Glad you could join us here once again for the second half as both sides ready to rock and roll here to restart play. Of course, some scores from around the conference. Trinity Christian took 2 overtimes, but they come out victorious over Judson, 87-81 there. At half, Holy Cross trailing St. Francis 49-43. St. Xavier up on Olivet Nazarene 43-40. And Indiana South Bend 44, St. Ambrose 43. That's all the scores right now around the conference. As we're back to action, Trayton Fletcher wide open underneath the hoop. All he has to do is touch it on in. And it's 46-33, 13-point lead for Governor State as they look to hold on to this lead that they have created and walk out of here victorious. Driving in, ball flipped back out to Tolbert. He tries driving in underneath the hoop, forces his way up, can't get that one to fall. Colin Adams with the rebound. He'll sling it to the far wing. Collecting it is Krubel. Now on top to Thousand, now to the near wing. Here's Jack Hennessy. Hennessy looks for Krubel in the corner. Comes and gets it, tries to get it down low to Fletcher. Has it poked away, however, by Vincent Mays. Far wing driving in here is Adams, able to get some separation. Comes up empty on his first time around, an easy foul called. Perhaps a little frustration getting the better of Colin Adams. Taking down the man. Taking down his defender, his opponent. The Jaguar. Any other descriptors? Insert here. As Tolbert going to take it, make it up the floor. Gives it out to the far wing. Johnson drives in, loses his footing, and it'll stay Viterbo ball. Or Governor State ball, my apologies. Say a comeback of 13 is not insurmountable. Pass down low, and Tolbert is going to get fouled by Landon Thousand. So another throw in already. 2 fouls to begin the second half here. Over a minute into this one. This ball floated into Mays. High post, feeds it down to the low post. Giles tries going up. He'll get rewarded with the 2 points. As Governor State trailed this one tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Javon Johnson, and what the official is saying. Tony Bates on the far bench, not happy with it. Maybe making up for perhaps a missed call there. A lot of bumping and grinding when those two are going up the floor. It rolls off of his foot. Didn't call the foul, so he'll just get possession back. Colin Adams drives in on the far low block. Back out it goes. Hennessy drives in, dishes it off to Krubel. Steps back for the 3 as the shot clock expires. Ball remains loose, falls to Fletcher. Back out, Thousand. Can't get this one to go. Another opportunity as Mays comes down with it. Up the floor is Marius, slings it to the corner. Here's Tolbert. Gives it off to Giles, tries driving baseline, and a travel call. Couple of Jaguar fans making their way up, making some noise behind the Jaguar bench. Take away the empty seats, sold-out crowd here from the Begg Senior Gymnasium on this Saturday afternoon. They work it here to Colin Adams. Adams gives it to Fletcher as he pops out, hands it off. Thousand trying to get some separation, gives it to Hennessy. Hennessy to Adams. Pokes one way as this ball somehow rolls to Fletcher. Favorable roll at the feet of the big man. Puts it up and in, 48-35. But we were talking, not necessarily an insurmountable lead to come back from. Remember, the Jags trailed this one by 7, then went on an 11-0 run to put themselves in front. They have not relinquished it. And there's an easy mid-range shot for Isaiah Tolbert. Senior out of Chicago, Illinois, knocking that one through as Tolbert picks up now his 7th point of the night. Swing it here to Krubel, tries driving in. Whole lot of body contact down low. Vincent May is getting a little bit too much of him, and a foul called against him. Colin Adams coming off of a 29-point performance as that ball caroms off the rim, falls right back to Adams. He'll drive in here, off the glass and good. Adams leading the way. That's his 10th point in this one. Talk about Adams being the biggest cog in the machine for the Viterbo side. 29-point performance against Indiana Northwest, his best of the year. Had a double-double against St. Francis, Indiana on October 31st. Foul called. Going to get a sub in here as Thousand going to come on out. Jacob Watson re-enters. 16 minutes, 17 seconds left to play here in this one. As Tolbert fires up the three, can't get that one to bounce back in. My apologies, Javon Johnson on that long three. Fletcher dishes it back to Watson. Watson clears out the right side. Popping out to get it is Krubel. Going to work off a screen from Fletcher. He'll try rolling. Krubel all the way through the paint and in. 50-39, 15 minutes and 50 seconds. Three ball on the way. Crotched it between the rim and the backboard on the attempt from Devin Giles. Here's Krubel. Tries driving in, and a charge call as Maxwell Marius takes the fall. Jaguars get the ball back. Fletcher's off. Voigt is on. Anthony Sanford back onto the floor for Devin Giles. Giles, after that three-ball attempt, only shooting 20% from beyond the arc. Kind of run into that as a coach when you're up by so much. You tell your guys, don't get lazy. You know, you don't want to start chucking up shots you wouldn't take in a close game. Start seeing what you can do here, right? Fed down low. Nice move by Mays. Can't get the finish. Ball remains loose. It's corralled here by Sanford. He'll get it back outside and gets it right back. Now feeding it to Marius, who tries to set up the offense. Shot clock down to 4 now. Crosses over into the lane. Great move. Can't get the roll. Ball falls, however, to Johnson. Kicks it. Corner three. Isaiah Tolbert with a big-time three. Now up to 10 points tonight. 53-39. Feeds it inside here. Jack Voigt. Voigt with the left hand. Drives in underneath the hoop. Skies it over the rim. Ball falls to Tolbert. Great find forward to Sanford. Losing the handle on it the last moment. Can't get it up, however. Colin Adams, coast to coast. Can't get that roll to go. And we got a foul on his way through. Vincent Mays called with it. He doesn't like it whatsoever. And he'll have time to discuss it here at the timeout. 53-39. Governor State in front. 14 minutes, 34 seconds left to play. You're watching CCAC men's basketball on the V-Hawk Sports Network. .14 minutes, 34 seconds left in this one to decide a victor. And Governor State, right now, the best-looking team to do it. They lead 53-39 over the Viterbo V-Hawks here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. I'm Cooper Lipsky. Colin Adams heads to the line. He was fouled on his way up. It was a little bit late of a call. The ball had already come down in the hands of a Jaguar until they called it. But Adams back at the line here looking to convert. He's 0 of 3, now 0 of 4 from the free throw line. Zadiri Mooney comes on in for Vincent Mays. Mooney, an imposing figure down low. But also showing he can shoot the long ball. Does have himself a three-pointer here tonight. He's that one good. 53-40, 13-point lead with 14 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in this one. As Javon Johnson gets it down low to Mooney, he runs into a trio of V-Hawks, able to rip his way through, but he trips. Trying to turn that pivot foot. Got entangled with a couple of V-Hawks and inadvertently walked with it. Adams trying to get it in. Gets it in forward to Jack Voigt, 2-on-1. He's going to go all the way. No good on that attempt, but a foul call, and he'll head to the line. Sanford picks up his second foul of the evening. Of course, the sun starts to go down a little bit earlier, so by the time this one's over, we'll probably be in the dark leaving. I believe it's the 21st of December that the days start to get longer again. That one up and good for Jack Voigt. He remains perfect from the charity stripe here tonight. And he will. 4 of 4 now for Jack Voigt. 53-42. An 11-point lead for Governors State. Viterbo chipping away, however. Trying to get back into this one. Mooney holds it on top, finds it to Marius. Marius wants a screen. He's going to get it. Tough defense by the V-Hawks. Cole Johnson beat on the dribble. No good on the layup attempt by Marius. Here is Colin Adams. Drives into the lane. Blocked on his way up. Comes to Ogunsanya. He spins in. Trips. Able to get it back out to Thousand. Thousand going to work off a screen from Voigt. Feeds it to Adams. Shot clock ticking down to 10 seconds now. Thousand looking for somebody to dish it off to. Hits a cutting Johnson as it slides right through him. Ball lofted forward to Marius. He loses a handle on it. He takes it back out. Slings it to a cutting Johnson. Gets the roll to go. 55-42. Back to a 13-point advantage for Governors State. Adams picks up his dribble, relieves it off to Johnson, who feeds it to a cutting Ogunsanya. Gets it to Jack Voigt. Unlucky from low. Ball tumbles back to Ogunsanya. He'll shoot the mid-range two. Won't get it to fall. Mary's with the board. Pushing it forward is Tolbert. Unable to get that one to go in. Ball remains loose. Marius still in the lane. Now with it. Can't get that one to go. Another board. Another miss. Coming away with it is Adams. He'll push forward here. Colin Adams high off the glass and good. Governors State with plenty of opportunities. All of them squandered. Only took one opportunity for Colin Adams to finish. 55-44. Back to an 11-point deficit for Viterbo with 12 minutes and 23 seconds left to play. Ball thrown right into the hands of Landon Thousand, but it's tumbled on back. 3 ball, no good off the rim. Ball poked to the sideline. Colin Adams there for it. Some Viterbo fans standing up didn't like that there was a no call there on a shove. Ogunsanya drives in. Reverse lay. No good. Voigt fights for it. Wins it. Can't get that one to fall. Voigt, despite being 4 of 4 from the free throw line, is 1 of 7 from the field right now. I'm sure you ask him, he'd say, I got to make those. He's getting great looks down there. Ball sent down low. Marius spinning off of Thousand. He finishes. 57-44. Back to a 13-point lead. Landon Thousand generals the offense. Gives it to Colin Adams. Popping out to get it is Jack Voigt. 11 minutes, 18 seconds left to play. Clock not on Viterbo's side, neither scoreboard. Jack Voigt drives baseline, can't come away with anything. And a foul against Voigt, trying to rip the ball away from Idiri Mooney. 11 minutes, 10 seconds left to play here in the second half. 57-44 the score. A couple of subs on in for both sides as Tolbert walks it up the floor. This one poked away from Mooney. Landon Thousand closest to it. Now he'll have to hustle back. As now Marius down low. He'll rip through. Kicks it to the high post. Sanford tries driving in. Shot is up. Shot is good and counted. $57-44. 10 minutes, 44 seconds left as Anthony Sanford trying to come through. He has not shot a free throw this year. This will be his first attempt. It's up. It's no good. Drayton Fletcher with the rebound. He'll kick it forward to Landon Thousand, the point guard. Now finding it to Hennessy. Hennessy tried driving in. Feeds it back out to Thousand, and a too strong of a pass off the fingertips of Thousand and out of bounds. 10 minutes, 35 seconds left to play here in this one. Tolbert back out to Mooney. Another deep three from him. No good this time around. Here's Krubel with Jaguars at his back, able to break free. Gets it to Thousand. Thousand. Krubel, open three, got it. Braden Krubel with a big-time three. Deficit down to 12 now, 59-47, 10 minutes left to play. So here trying to drive in Tolbert, almost lost a handle on it. Dishes it back here to Johnson. Now finding it to Marius. Going to work off a screen from Mooney. Mooney fires up the three, rims out, no good. Ball batted up in the air. Thousand able to get to it, saves it from going out of bounds, finding Fletcher. Fletcher, not a point guard, gives it back to Thousand. Thousand looking for some room, takes it with the left hand into the lane. Gets it back out, Krubel. Heat check. Not this time around. We got a foul down low, however. And there may have been saying that it may have hit the score clock on the ball bouncing off of the rim. So we have a timeout. 9 minutes, 27 seconds left in this one. It's 59-47. Governor State in front of Viterbo here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. $59-47, 9 minutes, 27 seconds left to play here from the Beggs Senior Gymnasium. I'm Cooper Lipsky here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Viterbo trailing this one by 12 points. For the optimistic V-Hawk fans back at home, that's only 4 possessions, all finishing with 3-pointers, and 4 stops, and they're right back even in this one. I guess that goes for pessimistic Jaguar fans as well. But I suppose a lot of them very optimistic right now. They lead by that 12-point total. Ball passed down low into Sanford, pops out. This one poked almost out of play. Ball saved from going out of bounds right to Krubel. Poked from behind by Tolbert. It'll stay V-Hawk way. To give credit to Tony Bates and his squad. He has assembled a very quick team, and you saw it right there. Krubel had the leg up in front of him, going up the floor, and then Tolbert able to chase after him and poke it away. So now we get to see Jonah Kuhn, freshman out of Waunakee, Wisconsin. Kuhn appearing in now his 5th game this season. His best performance against Mount Mercy on November 12th, where he registered 2 points, perfect 1 of 1 from the field in 4 minutes of play. But it looks like we'll have ourselves a moment of reflection here for the officials as both teams head back to their respective benches here. Us not sitting down there, we can't necessarily tell you what they're talking about. But we'll tell you what's on the slate for both sides coming up. For Governor State, their next matchup is against Calumet next Saturday, back at home, which begins a 2-game home slate. Against Calumet on Saturday, and then on the Thursday following against Bethel, Indiana. They get a couple days off for Christmas. And then it's the St. Francis New Year's Tournament in Joliet, where they'll take on Vermont State, Randolph, and Concordia, Nebraska. For Viterbo, they've got Luther College on Wednesday, Judson on Saturday. And that'll round out their 2025 year before heading into 2026 with a full slate of conference matchups. Kuhn gets in the corner, back on the top. Adams tries driving in, feeds it inside, open look on the free throw line for Trayton Fletcher. 10-point ball game now. Viterbo closing in with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left. Tolbert gets it on the wing. Holding it, here is Johnson. Down low, clanging defensively. Tolbert offensively. Able to kick it back out. Woolsey drives in. Turnaround jumper is good. Back to a 10-point lead. Braden Krubel feeds it down low to Fletcher. Little sky hook. Can't get the favorable roll as it comes down to Woolsey. Here's Warren. Warren running the point here. Gets it to Tolbert in the corner. Tries to get it inside here to Mays. Mays working against Fletcher. Back out. 3-pointer on the way. Rims out. No good from Isaiah Tolbert. Colin Adams gets it to Hennessy. Drives in. Kuhn slings it to Krubel. Back out on top to Fletcher. Fletcher waiting for a cutting. Colin Adams! With a lacrosse leap of his own, a big-time dunk back to a 10-point ball game. Viterbo needing a stop here. Warren works off of a screen. Feeds it inside, trying to rip through, kicking the ball. Off of his foot is Woolsey. He gets it back, drives in, kicks it near corner. Tolbert drives baseline himself. He'll lay it up. Started out as really, really slow offensively, and then mad dash for the ball led to an explosion of offense. And back to a 12-point lead. Kuhn looks for Adams. Tries to back down his man, and Javon Johnson blocked on his way up. Ball falls to Warren. Up the floor he goes. Great pass to Tolbert. Tipped off of his fingertips and out of bounds. Was a great find. Saved by Trey Warren from Champaign, Illinois. Make sure we say that right. Not necessarily a hard name, but if I were to say Campagne, parents at home would be saying, what are you talking about, Coop? Hennessy slings it to Krubel. Feeds it inside. Fletcher. Been dynamite here in the second half. Spinning. Losing the ball against Mays. Ball is tipped to Tolbert. Both players hit the deck. Tolbert up the floor for the Jaguars. Able to dish it off to Johnson. Dribbles to no man's land. Back with it on top. Pump fake. Drive. Mays. Down. They both go on a foul called against Trayton Fletcher. Governor State now in the bonus. So it'll be a 1-1 here to start with 6 minutes, 26 seconds left to play. Viterbo needing to get hot here in the final 6 minutes and 26 seconds to pull even, and banking on Governor State to get really cold. Hogan Sanya subs on for Hennessy. The 1-1. First one up. First one good. Straight cash from Vincent Mays. Previously played at Mott Community College in Flint, Michigan, shooting 41% from the free throw line this season. Had 15 points against Holy Cross. He's been stymied a little bit. Only 13 tonight. Or my apologies. Only 6 points for him now. 65-51, 14-point lead. As you mentioned, Viterbo needing to get extremely hot. It does not help that Governor State now in the bonus. But if there's one silver lining, Governor State 64% free throw shooting team this year, which is 10th best in the conference, 3rd worst in the conference. Krubel with the left hand dances his way in. Turnaround jumper looks good from here, just short. Vincent Mays collects the board. They kick it forward to Tolbert. Tolbert skips it, far wing. 3-ball on the way. No good. Ball loose. Cole Johnson rebounds it. Landon Thousand breaks it forward. Bounce pass to Johnson. Stolen away by Javon Johnson. Tip to the back court. Ogunsanya feeds it down low. Johnson back out. Ogunsanya not going to get that one. Johnson, Javon Johnson, that is. We got 2 Johnsons out on the floor right now. Cole and Javon. I do not think they are related. Could be cousins. Tolbert on top to Giles. Looks to the far wing to Javon Johnson. Johnson with the right hand, a crossover, spinning down, back out, 3-ball on the way, not quite. Pump fake, dishes it off. Great finish by Vincent Mays. 67-51. 5 minutes left to play here in this one. Governor State getting hot. Landon Thousand finds Ogunsanya. Back out on top, they swing it to Krubel. Krubel to Johnson. Cole Johnson in the corner. Working against Giles, gives it off to Thousand. He'll drive in. Shot goes up, misses it. Voigt with the board, he's blocked. He's hit, however. And he'll head to the line. Vincent Mays tumbling back down to earth. Looks like he's all right. And we have a timeout on the floor. 4 minutes, 42 seconds left to play here in the second half. It is 67-51. Governor State in front. Viterbo with free throws when we come back here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Asking the Jaguars to disperse from their huddle. Got free throws to shoot. Back to action here from the R.W. Beggs Senior Gymnasium here in beautiful La Crosse, Wisconsin. Say snow's a-coming from the west. Be here tonight. Jack Voigt no good. That's his first miss from the free throw line tonight. He's now 4 of 5. Viterbo shooting 35% from the field right now. Governor State 50%, 0 of 2 from the line, but Colin Adams gets the rebound. Adams going to try working against Tolbert. Takes baseline, kicks it back out. Ball stolen away. Here's Javon Johnson with a layup and good. Quickly, and now it is 69-51. Ogunsanya. They find Thousand to the near wing to Kuhn. Now back with it on top is Thousand. Tries finding a lane. Back out to Voigt. Loose ball tipped away, and this looks like it's going to be fun for Tolbert. He gets up, slams it down. It is 71-51, 20-point lead, and it continues to rise here. Ogunsanya gets it to 1,000, looks for Kuhn. Kuhn picks up his dribble, gets it back out on top. 3 ball on the way by 1,000, clangs off the rim. Tolbert asking his side to slow it on up. Got a 20-point lead with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Viterbo had it down to 10 at one point. But since then, Governor State have come out firing. Another bucket made by Devin Giles. The second most prolific offensive scoring team in the conference, putting Viterbo on skates right now. 73-51. They average about 88 points a game. My apologies, 90 points per game. Only one better. Colin Adams, no good on his 3 ball. As I mentioned, they currently sit in the 3rd place at a 2-1 conference record, trailing that of St. Francis and Olivet Nazarene right now. Ball sent inside the lane. Johnson able to dish it off to Mays. Drives in. Got a foul down low. Call upon 4 subs to check on in for the V-Hawks. Two shots for Mays here. Shot is up. This one is good. 74-51. 4 subs on for Viterbo, including Ben Jimenez, a freshman from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. First time on him for him here in this one. As Mays trying to convert a perfect trip to the line. Shot is good. 75-51. Hennessy runs the point here on this possession for Viterbo with Landon 1,000 on the bench. Kuhn, the right hand. Bounce passes it to Fletcher. Popping out to get it is Watson. Watson back to the corner to Kuhn. Gets it back out on top. Watson going to work off a screen. Shot clock down to 10 now. They'll skip it back to Kuhn on the far side. Thought about shooting. Pump fakes. Gives it up to Hennessy. Works it to Watson. Now down low. Fletcher, 1 second left on the shot clock. Can't get it to go in. Ball falls to Kuhn. Second chance. Can't get the roll to go. Collected by Devin Giles, who gives it off to Javon Johnson. Running the point. Back on the top to Giles. Tries backing down Jimenez. Kicks it to the corner. 3 ball on the way. Warren. Trey Warren with a big-time 3. Makes it 78-51. Trying to reach the 80-point mark with 1:43 left to play. Kuhn runs the point. Loses the handle on it. 2-on-1 here. Ball flipped forward to Tolbert. Almost blocked on his way up. Big collision. As Trey Warren goes down, he's back up with the help of his teammates. And he'll head to the line. Two shots for Trey Warren. Shot is up. Shot is good. Second one up. Second one is good. It is now 80-51. Viterbo trailing this one. Governor State will likely walk out of here victorious. I've never seen a 29-point comeback in 1:25, but it's not out of the realm of possibility, I assume. Kuhn gets it inside here to Fletcher. Fletcher stuck underneath the hoop. Likes to kick it to the near corner. Hennessy pump fakes, drives, kicks it back out. Now finding it, Hennessy. 3 ball, got it. Jack Hennessy, take a look at some scores right now. Valparaiso with a 98-58 victory over Calumet. St. Francis, 78-65 over Holy Cross. Olivet Nazarene and a barn burner with St. Xavier 65-62 in that one. And then Indiana South Bend in front of St. Ambrose 76-68. Final 40 seconds left to play. Blocked on his way up. Ball falls to Hennessy. Kicks it forward to Watson. Behind the back dribble. Finds it forward off the glass and good for Ben Jimenez. 30 seconds left now here from the Begg Senior Gymnasium. Wrap this one up. Warren drives in, loses a handle on it. Comes off of somebody's leg out of bounds, and ball staying Governor State's way indicates that it came off of Viterbo. Warren gets it in near corner. 3-ball taken by Johnson. Clangs it off the rim. The final 13 seconds. Shot clock turned off as Watson will walk it up the floor. Gets it to Hennessy. Perhaps one final shot. Looks like they're not going to take it. And that'll do it here from the R.W. Begg Senior Gymnasium. An 80-56 win for the Governor State Jaguars. They improve to 3-1 in conference play. Viterbo falls to 0-4. Take a look at the numbers in this one. Viterbo shooting 34% as a team from the field, 21% from beyond the arc as a team, and they were 9 of 15 from the free throw line. For Governor State, 33 of 64 from the field. That is an incredible 52%. They shot 29% from beyond the arc, and from the free throw line, 8 of 11. Incredible shooting performance for Governor State as they win this one. Leading scorer for Governor State in this one was Isaiah Tolbert. He finished with 14 points. He was 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 4 from deep. The leading rebounder, Vincent Mays, was 6. The leading assister, Vincent Mays and Trey Warren, both with 3. For Viterbo, their leading scorer was Colin Adams with 15 points. He was 7 of 13 from the field, 0 of 1 from deep, 1 of 5 from the free throw line. He was also the leading rebounder with 8 total. Trayton Fletcher, the big man, had 6 in this one. And Landon Thousand led the way, as he typically does for the team, with 5 assists in this one. Coming up next for Viterbo, back at home on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock against Luther right here at the Begg Senior Gymnasium. And then on Saturday, they wrap up their first half of the season with a matchup against Judson in conference play. As for Governor State, wish them a safe travel back home, where on next Saturday they'll face Calumet. And then on the following Thursday against Bethel, and it start a trio of non-conference opponents. Well, they'll play Vermont State, Randolph, and Concordia, Nebraska before heading into 2026. But that does it for this presentation of CCAC men's basketball. For our incredible crew, I'm Cooper Lipsky saying good night, so long. We hope to see you again sometime soon here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Governor State, 80, Viterbo, 56.